Hello, this is Professor Muddles, and today is it's a great day because we have been treated to a brand new HYTALE blog post, and it's a long one, so sit back, get some snacks, and we are going to go through this blog post. Alright, so to start off with, they've listed us some tech changes, such as they are changing HYTALE from being coded in Java and C# to C++. So they're redeveloping the engine in C++ to make it easier to release HYTALE across multiple platforms, and it'll provide performance benefits, and it'll be easier for them to patch and maintain the game in the future. So overall I think that's a good thing. It might set the game back a bit if they're having to recode all of that, but yeah. And then we've got our first image, and there's going to be a lot of these. So starting off, we've got beachside town, we've got Captain Jack Sparrow, pirate down here, next to a sunken boat it looks like. There's also a hammock strung between these two trees here, another boat, a crab doing crab rave, and a lot of avatars wearing headphones. It's about really great customization options. There's clearly going to be a lot that we're going to be able to do with that. There's an air conditioning unit on this wall, not sure why, but there is. Nothing really major in that image, but yeah, just nice to go over that real quick. Island in the background of the lighthouse as well. Yeah, so it looks good. I can't wait to explore it and make something like this in my own world. Okay, so moving on to the next image, we've got an image of Zone 1, or maybe Zone 3, forest. It's probably Zone 3. Key features in this, we have a moose or an elk down in this corner here, and a bison, that looks like. The water looks amazing in this, so I'm not sure what they did between this image and this image, but you can see the water looks very different, so this must be maybe an old image, or this has got more shaders, things like that. Yeah, so there's this amazing water that looks absolutely beautiful. This structure here, I can't tell what it is, but it could be like a water wheel or something like that. And then some ruins in the background. Yeah, so overall, it's a nice image. Okay, so yeah, they're difficult facts to come to terms with, and they're having to rebuild the engine, but overall they've decided it's a good thing that they've done it now, rather than make the entire game and then not be able to change that engine in the future, because they've stuck with that old engine, kind of like Minecraft did. But obviously Minecraft didn't have the option to upgrade to better things. So yeah, there's inevitably going to be a lot of questions about these changes, particularly from creators, because yeah, everyone's excited to get started on modding. They can't answer detailed questions because they're still redeveloping the engine, but we will get more information in the future. And then we have another lovely image of a mural painted on the side of HYTALE office, which is depicting a Quebec riding a rabbit, I think, and then a baby Quebec in the bottom left corner, and a bird over on the right. Okay, so more questions about this engine redevelopment. They've said it's not going to impact minimum system requirements, but they are taking low spec PCs into consideration, so you will be able to run HYTALE on your potato. But it is going to have an impact and make it better. They have stated, however, the game will not be ready to launch in 2023, which is devastating, but if they think they need more time to make this game worth it and make this game what it's hopefully going to live up to be, then I don't mind waiting. but some more blog posts would be nice. And now we've got a section on their vision for Hytale. So we've got these doors here, and they've normally described Hytale as having 3 main pillars to it: the creative, competitive multiplayer, and adventure. And instead of pillars, we're going to think about them as doorways. So on the left here, we've got the creative door, on the middle, competitive multiplayer, and on the right, adventure. So as you step through the door, you'll find yourself in a creative world, which you could experience an adventurer, a creator, or something in between. And then you can install mods, look at all different blocks and prefabs to change how the game looks and feels. And they think of a creator's journey as beginning at creative play and leading ultimately to creator pro. A player who starts out building with blocks might graduate to more advanced building tools, and there's a bit more on that later, so stick around for that. We've got a really long video to watch. That'll be fun. Yeah. Okay, that's the creative door. Now, the competitive multiplayer door is the online component of Hytale, so social play and minigames. So you'll gather in a shared hub to show off their achievements, compete in minigames, and use their avatar to express themselves. And in many ways, it's the heart of Hytale, because it's a way for the whole community to come together and do things together, and shoot each other in Skywars. And now onto the third door, and the art for these doors is amazing. This one, obviously, we've got Varen and 2 avatars down here, one of them wielding a little spear, one of them wielding a wand or staff, and the other one in armor with a shield and a sword. And then this is, players will brave the wilds of a world in peril in order to uncover its secrets. So this is going to be more of a curated experience, so there's going to be more story and I think a bit less randomization. Obviously, I think the world is still going to be procedurally generated, and whichever door you pick, you end up in the same place. You're playing Hytale, and at the end of the day, that's what it's all about, and that's what we're waiting for. Okay, so now we've got a few small clips of the UI in Hytale, so let's have a look at these. So this one, they haven't told us explicitly what it is, but I think it's a charge up bar for some kind of special attack. So the bar is kind of jumping up as if you're attacking an enemy, and then that will charge up for this special attack, which will look like this. And then the second one here is a health bar. Yeah, so this looks like to be a health bar. You take a chunk of damage and that kind of shatters away, and that looks amazing. There is a space for another bar below it. That could be a mana bar or something like that, if that's how they're going to work spellbooks and staves and wands into the game, things like that. And now we're going to talk a bit more about the avatars. So we have some really cool concept art here with an avatar holding a block, wearing headphones. They really like their headphones. A lot of avatars have them. So hopefully that means we'll get a lot of different headphones. I know probably quite a few people are going to put them on their avatar. I know I will. Yeah, so we've got a bit of lore behind what these avatars are all about. So your character is an avatar, and they focus raw creative energy into everything from simple contraptions to entire worlds. So the power of an avatar varies according to the domain they find themselves in. So if an avatar has created a world, then that's where they'll be most powerful, because I'm assuming we'll have things like commands, so they'll have access to all the commands, you know. Whereas in competitive multiplayer, obviously you won't have access to those commands. And maybe in adventure, I don't know how that's going to work. Some avatars invest themselves deeply in the worlds they create and scarcely involve themselves in the business of the wider cosmos. At least one avatar that you're already aware of fits the description. They could be talking about Gaia here. Probably pronounced that wrong, but Gaia seems to be entirely revolved around Orbis. She's got the element beads in her hair, so I think they're probably talking about Gaia here, if she is an avatar. And then they say, many avatars seek each other out in shared social environments. Here, avatars moderate their power level in pursuit of exciting new experiences. So I guess what this means is, like I was saying, when they go into the social aspects of Hytale, doing multiplayer, they won't have access to the commands or maybe flight, things like that, that will limit their power and make it more fair in terms of minigames, basically. And then we've got some more concept art here with some neon signs that we've seen already. A really nice wall. That door. It's a very nice door design. Some patterned blocks. Yeah, so we've seen the neon lights in a recent screenshot. And then when avatars visit other people's worlds, they will only have the powers that have been granted by the host. So then the host will allow, the host can share their creative freedom with their guests, or not if they choose to do so. So you could probably share some of your powers with the people, but not all of them. And then some more lore here. In Hytale, many avatars are drawn to the world of Orbis, a world that has lost its avatar under mysterious circumstances. When they arrive on Orbis, they find themselves subject to many moral limitations, where elsewhere they can effortlessly channel their creativity. Here they must develop practical skills if they're going to survive, establish themselves, and ultimately uncover the secrets of this vibrant, storied world. So this is kind of like the adventure side of the game. So you'll create your world, you'll come down to Orbis, and then you won't have your ability to fly or assume in creative you won't be able to take damage, things like that. You'll have to actually play the game. And their encounter and level design team has been hard at work over the last year, looking at some new biomes. So we've got some little thumbnail concepts here for a lot of the little biomes. I won't go over them all in detail. I'll just point out a few key things. We've got cool things. We've got some eyes hiding down here. In this one, we've got a blizzard, we've got a player moving through that blizzard. Over here we've got two players exploring an ice cave with weapons, sword and a spear. This one looks like a world that has been frozen over the top and trapped underneath the ice, so maybe we'll find some new creatures there, something like that. And then we have a misty forest designed by Baxter, and this looks amazing. The atmospherics is great on this. Yeah, this is a zone 3 biome, so we've got the coniferous pine trees, we've got rivers, got some little islands with some logs. Nothing major, but yeah, still a really nice looking image there. Now we've got some more concept art here. This is a Trork, and I think that's one of their wolves relaxing in a hot spring. And then we have a real life biome. Not real life. We have the biome in game, courtesy of Amber. So we've got the hot springs here with some little vents spraying out hot air, and I think this is probably another vent in the back because it looks similar to this. And we've got some snowy trees, and we've got some sandy ground here as well, so it's not all going to be completely ice everywhere all the time. And this one is probably my favourite out of those three concepts. We've got some massive ice spikes with a bridge, and again another blizzard, and a player over here riding what appears to be a ram or something like that, like we saw in the trailer. And yeah, again, atmospherics of this are amazing. The fog really helps sell how deep this valley is running through here. And then last one, we've got what looks to be like a frozen wave, or like a sea that's completely frozen over, with a player standing in the background under it, and another player over here, not taking a photo but kind of shading their eyes to look at it. So that is pretty cool. And then they've also taken this one, so we've got these waveforms at the back here, again making it look like it's kind of a frozen over river, again making it look like it's kind of a frozen over ocean with our avatar in the front here. And then we have a desert look, another look at a desert biome. I'm not entirely sure what this creature is. It looks like it could be an elf or something like that. I'm assuming it's a player character, not an NPC. And then another one. So these are salt flat concepts. And then here we've got some terrain, how it might look. This is obviously not final, it's just a very basic concept of the kind of thing we'll be looking at when we go onto these salt flats. So as you can see, they are flat, hence the name salt flats. These, I think they're probably to depict like cracks, but we've got kind of plates, I guess it looks like kind of plates of salt on the ground, and a few rocks in the background, and a player right in the middle. So that'll be an interesting biome, because obviously there'll be no water, so staying alive might not be that easy. Here we have another VFX thing, so we will watch this and then overanalyze it. Okay, so right at the start we can see we have this kind of, it looks like a fireball, a blue fireball, and they go ahead and change the colour to pink, because why not? And then changing some other settings. I'm not entirely sure what these do, but they probably do something. And then this appears to be a form of explosion. Yeah, so that looks kind of like a bomb or something dropping out of the sky and then exploding. And then the next bit is this portal in the ground, or looks like a portal, black hole, something like that. It looks very cool. All of these look really, really nice. And then finishing off with some fireworks. Yeah, so that's pretty much all of that image. A lot of new VFX things, all of them looking stunning as usual. Props to the HYTALE team and Paulina. You've done an amazing job. Can't wait to look at these in game. It's going to be amazing. Okay, and then we have another short clip of some fog, mist, something like that in a dungeon. So not really much to talk about there that I can't say while looking at the image. Obviously we've got this mist over the ground that is moving, looks pretty cool. We've got some fire pits and a statue in the background of, I'm not sure what, holding some kind of horns, I think, and candles, and yeah, all of that looks amazing. Once again, yeah, okay, so the next thing we have to look at, we've got advanced building tools. So we've got a screenshot here of an old town that's clearly been attacked or something, abandoned, and lava has popped out of a volcano, something like that nearby, but poured through the town and everything's gone into disrepair. And then we have a video of Propsy building the town, and bear in mind there are bugs, placeholder UI, and some weird visual elements and performance issues, but that's to be expected, so don't expect this to be final. This is just a work in progress of what they're going to look at. So we are going to watch the whole thing. It's quite interesting, and I'll talk over it as we go. So to start with, we've got Propsy over here building a house, and then he's using the selection tool to turn the audio down to select the house and then copy and paste it and rotate it. So a lot of cool tools here. We've got a movement tool, rotation tool, selection tool, and then this bit is really cool. We've got some scripted brushes. So this one is for making walls. So the white block in the center here, whenever he clicks, it makes a wall to that block and then a tower around it. So if you script those brushes, that will be a really nice and easy way to make these walls really quickly. And this is another path. It's a brush painter painting a path, and you can see it's making like a stone path, and it's also creating gateways in the wall when it gets to it. And then a lot of scripted brushes here. This one is a lava brush, and he's locked this to a certain height, so it'll always stay at a flat height. So that'll be useful for making rivers, lava rivers, things like that. So it's just kind of cutting up the terrain here. Yeah, all of this looks amazing. It's going to be really useful. Hopefully we can download other people's brushes as well, so people can share brushes and then other people can use them. This one is a destruction brush, so it's kind of taking down the wall, making it look more derelict and abandoned, and also scattering rocks on the ground. So this one is probably my favourite. It's going to be really useful for all the map makers out there. They'll be able to make maps a lot quicker, and they'll also still look amazing. So that's gonna be great. And that was all of that video, and I think that was all of it. Yep. And then one last thing is the OST. I won't play that for you now. That would have been playing over the video. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. This is my second time making a Hytale video, so it definitely wasn't perfect. It's really long. I'm gonna need to cut that down. But yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed. I'll be making more Hytale content as they release blog posts or images, things like that. I can't wait to play this game. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you next time. Bye!